Congratulations! You have joined the cosplay community. But now you're starting to hear words you have never heard before. Crossplay, conflu, costest? What is that? Well, if you're confused about any of these words, or maybe some of the other words that you've heard inside the cosplay community, then you've come to the right video because I am going to give you a little vocabulary lesson. Hello my lovelies and welcome back. Today we are doing a little vocabulary lesson. Don't worry, there's no test at the end, but hopefully this will help you navigate your way through the world of cosplay, as we definitely have our own vocabulary. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, you might hear my son. He is playing right here. He refuses to leave my side, so you might hear him in the background, but let's go. Cosplan. So Cosplan is just two words put together. Cosplayers love to do that. Costume play, cosplay. So basically Cosplan is just costume plans. So anything that we have planned in the future, most cosplayers have a very, very long list of cosplays we want to do in the future. So we have our cosplans. Cosplans can be things that we want to do or that we are currently working on. So cosplan. Costest. So costest is really another one of those combination words, costume and test put together. So you're basically just trying out any of your costume pieces or your full costume. Also during this costest is an important part for testing out any sort of new makeup or latex or anything else that you might be using, just to make sure that you aren't allergic or might have a reaction to those products. So just make sure that you test it right here on your wrist and let it sit for a little bit and see if you have any sort of reaction. It's also good to see how well it applies. Conflu, another combination word. Yes, we love our combination words in the cosplay community. So convention, flu. Usually you get this after a convention, sometimes during, unfortunately, it does happen. You are touching a lot of items other people are touching. There's a lot of germs in the air. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not staying hydrated, and you're not eating, chances are your immunity is going to be low and you have a higher chance of catching something, and it's not fun. I've had it, and I know quite a few other people have done it too. So, conflu. Biggest one that I think all of us cosplayers are guilty of. Con crunch. Convention crunch. Convention's coming up soon and your cosplay is not ready, whether that be certain costume items or your prop or whatever it might be. It's just not ready. So con crunch is what happens when you're getting really close to that convention and you have things that you need to finish. And I am guilty of pulling a full of 24 hours just to finish up something, usually a day or two before the con. So yeah, con crunch. Gender bending and crossplay. Now, a few people I've heard use these words interchangeably, and that is incorrect. These are not the same. Gender bending is when you take a character that is one gender and change it to another. So one of my good cosplay friends, Dewey, does this, and the results are amazing. So here are some examples of his gender bending. Okay, so crossplay, on the other hand, instead of changing the gender, you would keep the gender the same, no matter whether you are playing it as a male or a female. So if I were to say wanting to play Link, I would just keep Link as a male character, but even though I am a female. So one of my friends does this quite a bit. She's amazing at it, and that is NoOrdinaryMakeupMom. Or original character. So this is a character that the cosplayer has created themselves. Sometimes they can fall within a fandom. Like I have my own Hufflepuff that I have created. Of course, she isn't part of any sort of canon storyline, but she is a creation of mine based on those storylines. Some people just create original characters for just anything. I personally have a character called Anti-Cupid, and she isn't part of any sort of fandom, just something I created for Valentine's Day. Closet cosplay. So closet cosplay is something I do quite a bit. It's one of the easiest forms of cosplaying. So you just kind of go into your closet and find items that will work for the character and create your cosplay that way. A lot of characters from like TV shows and things like that are usually the easiest to closet cosplay. I know my Belle is closet cosplay. It's a blue dress and a white collared shirt that I already owned. So she is technically a closet cosplay for me. Bounding. Bounding is very similar to closet cosplay, but it is used kind of differently. So instead of trying to be the character, with bounding, you are just kind of emulating the character in the color scheme or the items that you are wearing. So one of the most popular forms of bounding is Disney bounding, and that has come from not being able to wear costumes as an adult to the parks. Yes, I'm one of the adults who wants to wear a costume to the park. But because there is that rule against this, that people started doing Disney bounding, where they pick a character and try to emulate that character through their clothing. So one of my favorite Disney bounders is Fun Size Disney, and she is an amazing Disney bounder. So here are some examples. So I'm 100% sure that I am saying that incorrectly. That is a Japanese word, so I'm not really good at pronouncing it, but it's basically when you take a non-human character and make it a human. So a lot of people do this with Pokemon. I've seen it done with My Little Pony and with cats or dogs or things like that that might have been in an anime or a TV show that people love, and they make them human characters. One example that I have is my friend CountessAlyx Cosplay. She does an amazing gajinka of vocab test time. Just kidding. No vocabulary test. I told you I wouldn't do it, so I didn't. But I hope this vocab lesson has helped you learn a little bit more about the terminology that we use in the cosplay community. If there is a cosplay term that I didn't mention that you'd like to hear about, please put it in the comments below and I will try and touch on it. If I get a bunch, then maybe I will make a part 2. I do know that there are a slew of more cosplay terms to know, so either way, I probably will do a part 2. All right, well that is all for me. So if you like this video or you just like my face, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you'd like more videos like this, please hit the subscribe and don't forget to hit the little bell so that way you are notified the next time a new video is out. Until then, goodbye my lovelies.